Hello, YTC family. I'm Scott Davison. This is Jamie Davison, my brother. Most of you will know Jamie for sure, and I met a lot of you earlier this year at the YTC conference. And at that conference, we were presenting some of the things Croydon Travel are working on this year, and a few of you were quite interested, particularly in the hosted tours that we're running. So we wanted to check in now, about 6 months later, update you on where we're at with that program, share some of the key things we've learned that we thought could be helpful to other agents, but also to tell you about one of these tours in particular that we're really excited about, that we think is quite unique and could appeal to other YTC agents. So, Jamie, maybe you start with an update. Where are we at so far?
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Scott, and hello to everyone. Look, we ran a very successful tour to Sri Lanka, which was fantastic earlier in the year, and then we also did Norfolk Island in May, and that went very, very well. The feedback was extremely positive. So that's what we did with 2025, and then we've launched 4 tours for 2026 and 27.
Okay, so yeah, and they were successful, those first two, but it wasn't all smooth sailing, Jamie. So we learnt a few things. What would you say were some of the key learnings from your perspective?
Yeah, look, I think the first thing was we really found the value of having a tour host, one of our staff on the tour with it. And we'll give you a very quick example. The group to Norfolk Island, flying out of Sydney, were late leaving Sydney, and then 2 hours into the flight, were turned back due to issues with the aircraft, landed in Sydney and were told that they'd have to spend the night. Initially, everyone obviously quite upset. They were missing a night in Sydney, but was handled so well by Jacinta, our host. But at the end of the tour, it was actually one of the positive feedbacks that we got, that having the host was exceptional, because other people at the airport had no idea what to do. Jacinta had our group organised into a hotel, got them dinner, and it just worked out fantastic. So we turned a negative into a positive by having a host on the tour with us.
I think that idea of having the host, like you talk about a hosted tour, but until you've experienced it, the clients don't really understand the value of it. And I think that's been one of my key learnings, is the value of getting that first experience. So when we modeled these tours, we hoped for the best and we were aiming for groups of 20. But we modeled it that even if we had as few as 10 in the group, we could still run the tours without making a loss. And that worked really well, because I think we had 12 or 14 on the Sri Lanka tour, but immediately 2 of those couples have then gone and booked for the next tour. And likewise with Norfolk, some of the people who went on that tour have now referred their friends. So if you can get those first couple of tours going, you build the momentum. So it's really important you sort of model that you can have a smaller group if you need to. What else, maybe from a marketing perspective, do you think we've learnt there, Jamie, in terms of launching these tours?
Yeah, well, definitely the other thing was to get in at least 12, even 18 months in advance. What we found was, with Sri Lanka especially, we already had clients that had their plans in place for Sri Lanka or other destinations that wanted to come with us and couldn't. So yeah, I think getting in as early as possible, it may seem a long way away, but once you do all the planning and locking in dates, yeah, definitely that 12 to 18 months works.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And that's where we're at now. We're now talking about our 2026 and 2027 tours. And I think what I learned from sort of helping out with the marketing, the social media side worked okay in terms of building a bit of awareness, but definitely all of our conversions came from either the launch event where we got some clients into the office and briefed them on what we were doing, but also the EDM and then follow-up phone calls. So it really is more of a one-to-one type sales process for these. So don't expect to just post it on social media and get sales straight away. You do need to be following up, right?
Yeah, correct. Specific targeting clients that you think will be interested, and a phone call goes a long way. So,
Okay, cool. So maybe just quickly, what other tours we've got planned for this year, and then we'll talk specifically about the one we think's most interesting to IT.
yeah. So look, obviously 2025, we're well over halfway through. So next year we're going to be doing Norfolk Island. That'll be in April. Then we're doing the 5 stands in August. And then we've done something quite unique in that we're chartering the brand new paddle steamer on the Murray for a 1 week cruise out of Echuca in November. And then the one we're going to be talking about today is February 2027. That's Colombia and Panama, which is very exciting. So they're our 4 that we're launching for the next seasons.
And this Colombia tour is the one we're particularly excited about, but also we think it is quite unique. So we think this could be one that may appeal to other YTC agents. So I mean, why Colombia, Jamie? Why did you decide to go there, and why do you think this one's a bit unique?
Yeah, look, there's a couple of reasons. Next year's Croydon Travel's 55th birthday. I wanted to do something really unique and special. Croydon Travel's always been known for thinking a little bit outside the square. And when I asked around people what sort of, somewhere exciting, Colombia regularly came up with a lot of industry experts that are real emerging destination. So that struck me straight away. I've always had an interest in the Spanish culture in South America. And then the next thing that sparked an interest was when I saw AMA Waterways, a very trusted brand within the travel industry, were launching a brand new boat on the river. And that, straight away thought as a great partnership. So I contacted them, worked out the river cruise, and we've now got the pre and post with it as well. And it's coming together really well. They've just launched the ship over there. So a lot of their social media has been about Colombia, and the images and feedback coming from people that have been on it is just amazing. Yeah, I feel we've made the right decision, and yeah, very excited about it.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jamie. Colombia is a really exciting place, and it's definitely emerging, but it's still a little bit scary for some people. So obviously, having a hosted tour sort of adds an extra element to this.
Yeah, look, I think I'm very excited to be hosting this tour myself. I've put my confidence in it, but even more excited as well is that you're going to be coming along as well as joint host with me. Um, you've lived in Colombia, you know the culture. You also speak fluent Spanish, which I think will be very, very handy for our group to give them a unique experience over there. But the confidence that we're there looking after them. So I think, yeah, the hosting aspect has really been appealing to people so far.
Yeah, that's right. This will be my first experience as a co-host. I'm very much the co-host. Jamie's the experienced host, and as Jamie said, I've lived in Colombia. I speak the language, and I've got quite a few contacts over there. So we'll be able to give a bit of a extra value to the clients by getting them into some new places and really helping them emerge into the culture. Yeah, so I do think this is quite a unique product we can offer. We're calling it our cultural immersion tour. It's a really good itinerary because we've got the 7 days cruising on the Magdalena River on the AMA Waterways product, which is really luxury cruise, but going to parts of Colombia that were previously inaccessible. And then we've also got a land portion. So, Jamie, what are the sort of key details of this one that people need to
Yeah,
know?
as I think I mentioned, so it's 14 February 2027 for 14 days. The price is from 15,499. We're offering a special early bird discount of 500 per person if they deposit by the end of August. And we're also got a special bonus of 250 per person if they book as a group of two, a group of more than two bookings. Yeah, that's a bonus offer that we're putting in there as well.
And where are we at with the group at the moment, Jamie? We've got quite a few people on there already.
Yeah, well, look, doing pretty well. We've got 3 couples physically booked and deposited, and I've got another 3 couples that I should know by the end of the month what they're doing, and they've just got put some other plans in place. So we're very excited. It definitely has generated a lot of interest, especially with our clients that have been to a lot of different countries around the world, and this is just something new for them. One of those places that they can be quite one of the first people to get to from Australia, really.
Okay, so it's quite an intimate group. We sort of know most of those people
Yeah,
already. I mentioned
yeah,
some of them were people who've been on tours previously, but we felt there was an opportunity here to open up some of those extra seats, maybe to the YTC group.
correct, correct. Yeah, and I think that's the exciting thing, that I think there's an opportunity here for the YTC group to get behind this, put some trust in our product, but you also all know the AMA Waterways product. And it's something very unique that you can say to your clients, be one of the first to go to Colombia, but go with a group that we trust.
For YTC clients, we're offering 10% commission.
Yep.
So if you book this tour, you get the 10% commission. But obviously, Croydon Travel take care of everything from that
Yeah.
point on, which is great. So it's a pretty low effort, hopefully, and low risk sale.
Yeah.
And they'll be going with a group with Jamie and I, who hopefully you know and trust. So where we're at, by the time you see this video, Les or Bianca will have added these tours to your website, so they're available there for other YTC agents. And we've also got a really fancy brochure. A few of the YTC group have already seen the brochure and commented on it. This is something Vicky produced using Canva. I'll put a link to it in the email or below the video, so you can check it out. We're hosting it on a Flipbook product called Hazine. So yeah, check out the brochure, and if you want to get those templates, I'm sure Vicky will be happy to share those. She's become a bit of a whiz on Canva. So the brochure is available. It'll be on your website, and as we said, it's 10% commission for YTC agents. So what should people do if they want to know more, or if they've got someone who might be interested, Jamie?
Yeah, look, definitely. Well, a few things. More than happy to take a call whenever you want to give me a call. You can speak to myself or Vicky, who handles our groups as well in the office. Please give us a call about that. You can send us an email. If you want to set up a talk over the phone video, we can do that as well. And if you would like us to speak directly to your clients, we're also more than willing to do that. We're not after taking them off your books or anything like that, but if they just want some added confidence, I'm more than willing to do that. And then obviously everything else will go back through you as the agent. So, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a really exciting opportunity to go to Colombia. We're really looking forward to it. It's an amazing country. As I said, I've lived there. It's absolutely my favorite country in the whole of South America. And I can't wait to take some of our clients and maybe some of your clients along. So if you've got people who you think this would appeal to, who you think would enjoy this type of experience, then yeah, get in touch with Jamie, and hopefully we'd love to welcome them to our little group in February 27.
Yeah, no, fantastic. And we look forward to promoting more of our tours to the YTC group in the future.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.